Hello students, today I am going to teach literature to students of Standard 5 and we will do chapter 10 Black Beauty. This chapter is taken from the novel Black Beauty. This novel is about the life and the adventures of Black Beauty, which was a horse in the 19th century England. This novel, Black Beauty, is written by Anna Sewell. She was born in 1820 in England and she died in 1878. Anna was a very cheerful and helpful girl. But when she was a teenager, a fall injured her seriously and she was bedridden. It was at that time she began to write this novel, The Black Beauty. And she hoped that the book would make people treat horses with kindness and understanding. So now let's begin with the chapter. The first place I can remember was a large pleasant meadow with a pond of clear water in it. Some shady trees leaned over it. Rushes and water lilies grew at the deep end. Over the hedge on one side we looked into a ploughed field, and on the other we looked over a gate at our master's house, which stood by the roadside. Now this chapter is an autobiography of a horse. So here I is Black Beauty. Black Beauty begins by describing his earliest memories. He fondly remembers the pleasant meadows and meadows means a piece of land covered or cultivated with grass. He remembers the pleasant meadows with ponds of clear water and water lilies in it. And on one side of the meadow there was a ploughed field, means the field that has been dug with a plough, which is a farming tool. And on the other side of the meadow was the master's house. In the daytime I ran by my mother's side, and at night I laid down close to her. When it was hot, we used to stand by the pond in the shade of the trees. When it was cold, we had a nice warm shed near the plantation. Plantation here means large area of land that is planted with trees. As soon as I was old enough to stay on my own, my mother used to go out to work in the daytime and come back in the evening. So this is the time when Black Beauty was a colt. Colt is the young one of a horse. So he says that during the daytime he used to run by his mother's side, and at night time he laid close to her. And when it was hot, they used to stand by the pond under the cool shade of the trees. And when it was cold, they used to sit in the shed near the plantation. And when he grew up a little bit, his mother used to go out to work in the daytime and come in the evening. There were 6 young colts in the meadow beside me. They were older than I was. Some were nearly as large as grown up. I used to run with them. We had great fun. We used to canter. Canter here means manner of walking. Round and round the field as hard as we could. Sometimes we had a rather rough play, for the colts would bite and kick as well as gallop. Gallop is the fastest walk of a horse. So Black Beauty says that they were together 6 young colts in the meadow, and they used to have a lot of fun. They used to run round and round, and sometimes while playing they used to even bite and kick each other. And one day, when there was a good deal of kicking, My mother whinnied to me to come to her, and then she said, I wish you pay attention to what I am going to say. Children, whinnied means a gentle sound of the horse. So one day Black Beauty's mother saw Black Beauty biting and kicking other colts. So as a good mother, she called him and told that you pay attention to what I am going to tell you. The colts that live here are very good, but some of them have not learnt manners. Your father has a great name. For 2 years, your grandfather won the Newmarket Race Cup. Your grandmother had the sweetest temper of any horse I ever knew. And you have never seen me kick or bite. I hope you will grow up gentle and good and never learn bad ways. Do your work with good will. Lift your feet up well when you trot and never bite or kick, even in play. So now children, when you do mistakes in your life, your parents always call you and tell you what is right and what is wrong, and they tell you not to repeat those mistakes. So same was the case with Black Beauty. His mother called him and told that there are many colts over here, but they have not learnt manners. And she said that Black Beauty's father had a great name, and his grandfather also won Newmarket Race Cup. Perhaps it was some racing competition of horses. And grandmother also had a very gentle nature. And even he had never seen his mother biting or kicking others. So Black Beauty's mother told him that he should learn good manners and he should grow up gentle